it does pick it up automatically. Wow, okay, that's good. Restore the session. And we are back where we left off. Isn't that nice? I think it's pretty nice, I mean. All right, so I have to re-download the image file, because when I saved it onto the C drive, which was deep frozen. Okay, so that means it's not persistent. So I'm going to have to redo this part here to re-download the image. But while it's doing it, I will basically keep going and talk about some other concepts, so we don't lose any time. Okay, so right-click on this one. That will bring us to the folders. And the 08061 one is the last one that works well. So we'll download the ISO file. Just click download anyway. And don't open it, just save the file. But I'm in Linux, so that's why it passed. All right. Okay, so now, while we are waiting for the download, I'm going to move forward and talk about the partitioning. Okay, the partitioning is going to be, okay, if you have this hard drive, the entire thing is not useful to you, you can just use up the entire thing. If you have a portion of the hard drive already in use, that's okay. We don't have to use up the entire drive. We can just repartition stuff. Okay. So the idea is we need two partitions, and they're not proportional to the size that we want. The first partition, I'll just call it a boot partition. The second partition, I'll call it a persistence partition. The boot partition is going to be formatted to FAT32. Okay, it has to be a simple file system format, and FAT32 is the one that we want. This one does not need to be very big. It depends on whether you want to be able to store multiple live images. Each live image is around 2-3 gigabytes. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger so you can store multiple ones, that's fine. But the minimum size is going to be about 4 gigabytes. So I would just say, 4 gigabytes. But if you want, you can make it as big as you want, 20 gigs, whatever. Okay, the 4 gig is the minimum. The other one is the persistence partition. This is where you're going to store the virtual disk file of your virtual machines. So that's where the bulk comes in. So this one needs to be bigger. I think in the text here, I have already described and calculated the right sizes. Let's see. So it has to be at least 15 gigabytes for the persistent drive, but it can be bigger as well. Okay. If you double the size, it means you have room to store a backup file of the virtual disk of the virtual machine, which is kind of nice. So this one is 15 gigs or more. Okay. If you don't have any use of the external hard drive for anything else, you can use it up and you just use up the entire thing. Okay. Or if you think, 100 gig is good. Okay, so make it 100 gig.
And the formatting on the persistence is what?
Sorry?
FAT32 on both?
No, this is FAT32. This one is extension 3 or extension 4. Okay. Yeah, I will go through these steps as well in class. So this way you can see the partition manager and you can actually see what's going on. Are there any questions at this point? Questions? Okay. I'm going to check on the download and see. Nope, it's not done yet. It is halfway done. We're still continuing here. Did anyone bring in an external hard drive, for this purpose? Okay, but yours is done already.
Not quite.
Not quite?
Yeah.
Mine has stuff in it, so I don't want to destroy any data.
Okay, if you don't want to destroy any data, you need to take a look at how many partitions are being used. Each hard drive can only have 4 partitions. Okay, the good thing is most of the external hard drives will only use 1 partition for the entire capacity the entire capacity of the hard drive. So You can
Does size
shrink it.
matter? 'Cause this is a terabyte.
It's a terabyte, so you can usually shrink it, so you have some space left, for what we need to do today. But repartitioning can be risky, so I would advise, making sure everything is backed up first. Okay.
Backup, but I'm not sure how to use it.
Okay. So you don't have to do it now. You can do it later on, when you get home. So.
I have a new one.
You have a new one. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and use yours. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so let me take a look at yours. I need the cable as well because I need to plug it in. Okay, so this is a fairly typical, external hard drive, that does not require its own power supply, which is really nice. You just plug it into USB and it works. Okay, what is the capacity of this guy? 3 terabytes.
I have another class.
Oh, okay. I don't think any class is going to use even close to a terabyte.
Yeah, but I just want to do something else.
It's nice to have a larger capacity one because you can use it to back up your other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I will plug it in. Okay. So it's plugged in. And I want to show you the Gparted program, which is a partition editing program. Go to Settings. Wait a little bit.
Or not.
Or not. Oh, it's still running. It's just having a hard time getting to the menu. It is not responding.
Sure it's not Windows?
Hmm?
Are you sure it's not Windows?
It is pretty. I'm pretty sure it's not Windows. All right. Let me unplug the drive first. See.